Hey guys, Venomous here, and I got a brand new OTGT for you now. Today I'm talking about the Legend of Zelda, okay? The franchise as a whole, okay? Legend of Zelda has to be probably one of the greatest franchises in video game history. Now, let me explain why, okay? Because I'm going to tell you right now, I'm not a fanboy of any type of video game genre or any type of video game franchise or anything. I play all types of games, and I explore almost every, little thing about gaming, throughout all the years I've played. And I'm going to be honest with you, Legend of Zelda is a franchise that has almost never disappointed me whenever I played a game, okay? I've played a lot of Legend of Zelda games, in general. I played I played the original Legend of Zelda, I played Zelda 2 Link's Awakening, okay? I played, Ocarina of Time on the N64, I played Majora's Mask, I played Wind Waker, I played Twilight Princess, Phantom Hourglass, Spirit Tracks, what else? I'm going to go through, type this thing in here. Also, Minish Cap, also, I can't forget, Oracle of Seasons, Oracle of Ages. I've played a lot of Legend of Zelda games. Almost every Zelda game that's been released, to date, I have probably played by now, right? So, anyway. Oh, also a Link Pack, I can't forget about that one. But besides that, okay, Legend of Zelda is a franchise that has almost never disappointed me, okay, because every time, okay, it's got the same formula for the most part. It's almost got, variations and puzzles and different things like that, but the key formula is almost always the same in almost every Legend of Zelda game. Okay, one, Link is some dude that lives somewhere in the middle of nowhere, and all of a sudden now he has to save the world, okay, from an evil gang or some type of evil force, okay, and only he can stop it, okay. Besides that, it also has the same types of formula for weapons and stuff. You get a shield and a sword and a boomerang and some arrows, some bombs, and you're good to go. Okay? But here's the thing about it. Although it is the same, the formula works. So if the formula works, if it's not broken, don't fix it. Don't change it. It's really good. Every single Legend of Zelda game feels like the same, and almost every Legend of Zelda game is almost an instant classic because the way they go about doing things and the way they actually go about having the player go and pace through the different parts of the story and different parts of the map when you go from one location to another, or one puzzle to another, one boss fight to another, one enemy to another. It almost always feels right. It feels good, and it actually works right with the way that the game is delivered. Legend of Zelda is one of those franchises that it's very hard to actually look at that game and really pick out the things that are wrong with it. Now, don't get me wrong. Legend of Zelda, any Legend of Zelda game is far from perfect, like every other game is out there, unless you're a die-hard fanboy of the actual thing. But to look at it from a neutral standpoint, it's very hard to actually look at any type of Legend of Zelda game and point out something that's really wrong with that game. Like, yes, you can argue, okay, some of the puzzles could get tedious. Yes, water levels almost always suck in a video game, okay, because there's been the water temple in Ocarina of Time was a real pain in the ass, Then the Zora place in Majora's Mask, that was a little bit of a bitch too. But I'm going to be honest with you, okay, even those right there, the way they were handled, the way they were delivered, as annoying as they might have been, they worked right, and you couldn't argue with it. You wanted to keep playing to get through that temple. You didn't just stop playing. It's like, you know what, fuck this, I'm not going to really play this anymore because I can't stand water levels. No, you didn't go through it, okay? You actually sat there, you played through, and then you went through the rest of the game, and you came back, you're like, god damn, that was satisfying, hands down, okay? And almost every time, especially one of the good things with Legend of Zelda games that I like most of the time is the boss fights, okay? Because it has always had some big boss fights. Even the first Legend of Zelda game, which, was the 8-bit, sounding little, over-the-top view, game where pretty much, everything was, in this huge map you had to memorize where exactly, or find out where you had to go, and you were given the freedom to do whatever, the boss fights were almost always good, even in the game kind of like that, all the way through Ocarina of Time, through Majora's Mask, all the way up past Twilight Princess, okay? They were almost always good. They always had that sense of drama, sense of, like, intense action that was in there, because you Link, and you got pretty much a sword and a shield to fight, like, some of these gigantic, monstrous things, or sometimes with bombs or whatever, but, you had to outsmart them, you had to do something clever in order to take down some of these big beasts like that, or these big dudes, or, really powerful enemies. And almost all the time it's always satisfying. Fine, yeah, okay, it follows the whole formula where you have to find out an enemy's weak point, cleverly outsmart him and then just whack at the weak point until he falls down dead. Yes, we all understand that, but still, okay, it still works is what my main point is. Like I said, Legend of Zelda has a formula within it that works almost all the time, and it does everything in, you know, in the exceptional types of way. This is why you always are almost always finding different video game review sites whenever they talk about the new Legend of Zelda coming out. It's almost always in the high 90s, like 9.5 if not 10. Okay, because like I said, the formula is right, it works well, the story, you know, as, you know, overwashed and overhashed as, you know, overused as it's been many times, it still works, and it's still almost always good to actually have that, you know, same thing. I guarantee you, if Nintendo went about and actually did a drastic change to the way they've been doing some of the Legend of Zelda games, you know, over the past, you know, good like decade or so, if they changed something like maybe like what if the main character was never Link? You know, you not only would you have an uprising of fanboys walking up to Nintendo's like actual business building in Japan, but you know, you would see like a lot of game reviewers actually giving it low scores. And why? Because it's such a drastic change to something that, you know, that's been around for so long and actually has worked. So like I said before at the very beginning of this video, if it's not broken, don't fix it. It's good to go. Okay, anyway, this is just my opinion of Legend of Zelda. I think it's a great franchise. Almost every game that I've played has never disappointed me. It's always been good, it's always delivered, and it's always been one of those games I will always go back and play at least once or twice, if not 3 times. You know, it's really good. Everybody knows Legend of Zelda. It's a really good franchise, like I said. But, you know, it's got this formula that sticks with us, and it's got a formula and actually, you know, means of operation for that actual game that really, you know, really brings it home for us, and actually really, you know, gets a lot of high praise from anybody who plays it, and for real good reason too. Like I said, it's a great franchise. I can't say it much more than I said before. But anyway, just my opinion. Leave your comments and video responses. I don't mind. This is one of those franchises, like I said, that's going to stick with us for many years, and will probably never go away as long as Nintendo's around. Okay, we will almost always get a Legend of Zelda game whenever, you know, as long as Nintendo's still alive and breathing. But anyway, that's just my thoughts. I hope you guys like it. Legend of Zelda franchise, big 2 thumbs up for you for that franchise. And I'll talk to you guys again later. Venomous out, and that was only the goddamn truth. Take it easy.